involved in the circulation of that video is a gunner. I'm telling you the truth. And those that made it. That is how people behave because they don't understand the game plan of the Fulani. People are very foolish. Fulani will come to you and want to use you and you succumb because you have greed, envy, and jealousy inside you. Which one again is Biafran army? I'm asking you. From where? How many people? The day I will bring out the Biafran army, we number over 200,000 standing reserve.
Okay, I believe we are back on Facebook. We are back on Facebook. Sorry for that interruption. We were actually, they tried to remove us, but we make sure that we didn't go anywhere. Thank you for your patience. Thank you for your patience. Good evening, good morning, good afternoon, great and wonderful people of Biafra, lovers of freedom all over the world. I greet you according to your time zone and I welcome you to this program. While you are joining, share this video, invite others to join wherever you are watching from. You are live. We are live and direct on this day of Elohim, the September the 13th, 2023. The time now stands at 4 minutes before the top of the hour. In Biafra land, it is 4 minutes before 8 o'clock. In Biafra land, it is 4 minutes before the top of the hour. Anywhere you are around the world, So if your time says the same, you should know that we are live and direct. So it is very, very important that we continue to preach this gospel. Today we are coming a bit different from different dimension, because the reason why it is quite important to come to this towards this dimension, it is for you to understand how manipulations work, how people misrepresentation work, how people can betray you even at your darkest moment. They will betray you. The people that supposed to be the ones to be there for you, they will be the ones to sell you out to the enemy. That is exactly what we're here to talk about. Let us go back to this poster that I had here. The poster that I had here, not this one. I don't know if it is still here because I had to restart the broadcasting software because it was actually hanging and my voice was not coming out. So that's why I had to restart it quickly in order not to get the broadcast. Okay, this is what we have this evening, morning, afternoon, and night, depending on where you are watching from. On the other hand, you will see the lawyers. On the first picture on top, you will see the lawyers representing IPOB and the lawyer representing Mazen Nnamdi Kanu in court. Now, on the other hand, you will see Ejimakor, the special counsel, but after tonight, you will never see or wish to see him around Mazen Nnamdi Kanu again, because We have uncovered every atrocities they committed with the name of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu and their atrocities. We have discovered them, and that is exactly what I am here to give it to you, to give it to the whole world. Share this video, invite others to join. Wherever you are watching from, on YouTube, share the video, like the video. Don't forget to click that like. Oh, we were dismissed on YouTube. Sorry for those who are on YouTube, we were dismissed. Let me try to reconnect on YouTube. So, on YouTube, I believe I took so much time. The delay on Facebook was longer than the delay on YouTube. That's why it got disconnected before I could reconnect. But that's okay. That's by the way we connect back. Nothing spoil. So, we are also live on Twitter. I believe it is still running. X does not, does not normally, give up easily. Rather, it will be cutting and, starting and cutting the videos. That's what X does. So, I believe we are now live on YouTube. If you are coming live on YouTube, kindly share the video. Click the like button for the algorithm to also do the sharing. So, coming back to what we are doing, on the other hand, the Ejimakor, which is the real topic we are here to talk about, and Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, of course, we know that when they are doing everything they do against Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, regardless of who is the one doing those things against Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, it is always coming back to hunt them. That is something they do not understand about Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. Everything they do against Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, regardless of where they did it, regardless of how they did it, it is always coming back to hunt them. That is exactly what has come back to hunt Ejimakor. All that he has done with the name and the authority in the name of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. It is what we are coming here to talk about. And now, that is what you will know. How, if you remember, we've been talking about agenda, Western European agenda. We've been talking about it. Many of us did not understand it. You will understand it further. Now, on the other hand, you will see this military guy. The military guy, I don't know his name, and I don't care to know his name, who is actually coming out to brag they have ended sit at home. We are going to clear all the doubts and all this, will I say, propaganda that military is pushing. Other military in every other countries are fighting for their country to be good. Military is there pushing propaganda, lying and talking all manner of rubbish against organization who is preaching for the benefit of even the members in the Nigeria force, for the benefit and the growth of their, their future, or the growth of their, will I say that the growth of their children. Because if we get that, British enclave, if we get it right today, we've gotten it right for every other person, which is the only way to get it right. It is only to dissolve that creation done by Britain. If we are able to dissolve the creation of Britain, that means that we are able to get it right for everybody, not even only for IPOB. So that is the reason why we are here, to make sure that we give them, the dose of what they called for. The military guy, we are going to debunk his lies. We are going to debunk everything they have actually, presented in the name that they have stopped sit at home in Biafra land. We know all their plans. We know all their games. We know when they are presenting it. and we know how we are going to respond to them. That is the reason why we are consistently doing what we are doing, regardless of who is getting hurt. Now, first of all, before we go to the Aloy Ejimakor, let me bring to you the activities of these military people who are taking glory after going to Biafra land and bombard people's houses, burn down people's houses. They will come to say they have stopped sit at home. Is it ordinary people in Biafra land that was actually preaching sit at home? The answer is no. I think I have this, is it the military? I'm going to read it. I don't want to play a video. I don't want to play a video because playing a video is always, one of the reasons why they bring constraint to the broadcast. Let me try to see if I will bring, so that you read as well as with me while I'm reading. Just one moment. I might disappear from the screen of this for a minute. All right. I believe you have seen it. So you saw it. That is what we are going to be reading for you. I will not be able to bring it on because if I bring it on, I have to disappear because of it is on a new scene. So I want to read it out for you. You can actually verify. I am reading from Punch newspaper. So you can actually verify whatever I am giving you as an information because we don't lie. Now, it says, sit at home has ended in Southeast. Say COAS. It is not only about the sit at home that we are here to talk about. It is also about the lies being peddled about the sit at home. Listen attentively. The Chief of Army Staff, Lieutenant General Tarid Lagbaja, has said that the sit-at-home order enforced by the indigenous people of Biafra across the southeast state has ended. Did you hear that? The Chief of Army Staff, Lieutenant General Taroid or Labaja, has said the sit-at-home order enforced by the indigenous people of Biafra, which is IPOB, across the southeast state has ended. Now, he went ahead and said, IPOB in August 2021 commenced the sit-at-home order to demand the release of its leader, Nnamdi Kanu, from prison. The order impacted the economy in the region and resulted in the loss of lives and properties of residents in the southeast. Did you hear that? Oh. Speaking at the COAS combined second and third quarters conference in Abuja on Tuesday, Labaja said the menace ended as a result of the heightened effort of his men and the collaboration with the relevant stakeholders. He said, we have equally heightened our effort in containing criminality perpetrated in the southeast region by the indigenous people of Biafra and Eastern Security Network through Operation Udoka. Our troops have, in collaboration with other relevant stakeholders, put an end to an infamous sit-at-home order that has almost crippled socio-economic activities in the region. Before we proceed, I want to tell Tinubu something. Mr. Tinubu, the reason why you see this guy coming out to write rubbish. He say his name is Labaja. I believe he's a Yoruba guy. Coming out to write something and write junk. It is, because you people are aware that we have defeated you guys in the court. You people are well aware that we have defeated you guys in court. So all this propaganda that you people are bringing up and tagging IPOB, it is a cheap stunt. It is not going to affect IPOB in any way possible. IPOB on several occasions and Mazen Nnamdi Kanu on several occasions. I like it that this thing came out at the right time when I have the activities of Aloy together with it, because the activities of Aloy is part of the things that cause all these problems that you are looking at right now. Activities of Aloy is part of the reason why this incompetent military that Asaredo Kubo insulted and told them that they are criminals, and it looks like what the young man said there is an atom of truth in it. Asaredo Kubo came to the national TV in Asorok and called these military criminals. Regardless of whether you become Labaja and you were made military lieutenant, and you decided that you will start your lieutenant position with IPOB, believe you me, it is not going to be a good journey for you. And the reason why I am telling you, it is because anybody that starts to lie against IPOB, the gods of Biafra land will always be the enemy to that person. Because IPOB, we don't lie against anybody. We don't actually push propaganda. We don't give you what doesn't belong to you. Anything IPOB gives to you, it is exactly what is rightfully yours. And that is the reason why we are standing on that authority to tell Nigeria government to stop this game they are playing. The game they are playing, they are not playing it with kids. Because what they are doing right now, it is actually trying to provoke, they are trying to provoke what they cannot contain. They have rigged election, and they are sitting in the position after the rigging of election, and they are enjoying their position. We are minding our businesses. We have not, we are doing things looking for a peaceful resolution in order to get to the freedom that we are looking for. We don't have any issue with anybody in special, in any place in Nigeria. We have no issues with you. But if you believe that you can have issues with us, we will have issue with you. And that is exactly the reason why I am actually calling to the Nigeria president, the president that is actually, selected into the position of power. You are selected into position of power. You are ruling. We are not disturbing you. We are not disturbing you. And the most important thing we are doing is that we are looking for peaceful resolution. That's what we are looking for. Peaceful resolution. But does not mean that we are weak. It does not mean that we are weak. It simply means that we are going to go through any means possible to actualize our, dignity, to restore the state of Biafra with peace. But if it doesn't work with peace, we can equally explore other avenue, because we have come to that terms that we cannot breathe no more. We can no longer breathe in Nigeria. And since we can no longer breathe in Nigeria, we will not be part of it anymore. Since our right is actually undermined in Nigeria, we will not be part of it anymore. And that is what we have made peace with. And that is what we have actually seen that Mazen Nnamdi Kanu made peace with. That is the reason why we followed him. And that is the reason why we are still following him right now. Regardless of where you place him. Regardless of where you have placed him. We are a peaceful movement. And the whole world bear us witness that we are a peaceful movement looking for a peaceful avenue to restore our dignity and to restore the land of the rising sun, where there is a zero latitude and zero longitude. And that is what our agenda is, and that is what our agenda has been. Because we can no longer be part of this shenanigan controlled by Britain. We can no longer be part of this shenanigan that no one knows peace in that shenanigan. No one knows peace. No one has ever benefited anything ordinarily in Nigeria except if you are political class. Those are the people who have benefited a whole lot from Nigeria because they are political class. But no one, an ordinary person, has benefited anything from Nigeria. And in that, on that regard, or in that note, you see Nigeria to be a place where people will just wake up. Not just ordinary people. These people are the people who are supposed to be professionals that are sitting in various positions of power in Nigeria, who are not supposed to be undiplomatic, because they are representing a nation. These people, they come to national news, national newspaper, national TV to come and speak undiplomatically. You know, it looks like that is an evidence to show that everything we see in Nigeria, it is indeed, unprofessional. There is nothing that is, professional in Nigeria. Everything we see in Nigeria is unprofessional. Why did I say so? A lieutenant military general came to national TV, national newspapers to lie against an organization whom have committed no crime but asking for what is rightfully theirs, which United Nations recognize and also understand there is a freedom for self-determination. Secession is not a crime, because if it is a crime, it means that there are many countries, even in Europe, that are supposed to be criminals. But because secession is not a crime, nobody is a criminal who is fighting for secession. So we will not be the first people that are going to fight for secession. Now, it is very, very important for us to know that this military, using the name of IPOB, is working for Tinubu and Nigeria. And their plans is to scuttle, to find a way to scuttle the release of Mazen Nnamdi Kanu. And it is the primary agenda from those who are enforcing it at home to those who are actually, they are enforcing it to attract, because this is exactly what they are enforcing sit at home to attract. It is about this, nothing else. They are enforcing sit at home so that you will start hearing things like this, because these people, they are looking for who to blame for their failure. That's what they do all the time. All the time they are looking for who to blame for their failures. Now, because IPOB has been distancing self from every activities of this autopilot and their, crime minister in Finland, we tried everything, to make sure that the shadow of this criminality does not actually go past IPOBs and IPOB activities. But it looks like, the more we are, trying to, do what we need to do, whenever Mazen Nnamdi Kanu's court case is coming up, they will start a new campaign and a new shenanigan. We know that. But I want to educate Lieutenant Labaja. I know that even if you become lieutenant yesterday, you did not. You will not say you don't know who is IPOB, and you will not say you don't know what is autopilot. Because you saying you ended sit at home is not my problem. Believe you me, you ending sit at home is not my problem. The problem there is using the name of IPOB to lie. Even the time Asare Dokubo used the name of the military to lie, we came to say he is lying, because we know those who are committing oil theft in Nigeria. We know those. Militaries are just being used. We actually came out to say it is a lie, because we don't condone lies. We don't condone lies. But when you come back to lie against us, it becomes problematic. Because number one is that military of Nigeria has never achieved anything positive for Nigeria. There has never been anything done by Nigerian military that favors anybody in Nigeria. Is it Boko Haram that the military of Nigeria is able to combat and send them to extinction? No, they are not able to do it. Nigeria military is the military that intimidates people. Nigeria military is a military that is actually all over the place in checkpoint collecting bribes. They even have POS in when they are collecting bribe in checkpoint in Nigeria. These people that does not have any morals in them, they are the ones who is coming to call the name of Holy IPOB to link them to the crime and atrocities committed by their agent that is serving the zoological republic called Nigeria. The reason why we are telling you that they are serving zoological republic, it is because these people can never change. They can never ever change. Look at what is it Burkina Faso? Look at what their military have achieved. Their military were able to achieve removing the Europeans from their land, removing the hands of the control of Europeans from their resources. Their military were able to achieve that. Look at Niger Republic, which is not, which is not even one quarter or 1/3 of Nigeria, or not even, the way Nigeria see themselves as an African superior. But look at Niger Republic, a very small country that is landlocked. Their military, is ahead of Nigerian military to do the needful, to make sure they remove the Western hegemony from their land and from their resources. They did it, and they are going to thrive. But what you see in Nigeria police force, military force, they are just people who are selected for a purpose. Purpose of intimidating innocent people. Purpose of intimidating people who are peaceful. Purpose of we're going to, using them as a weapon to attack innocent people, especially in the eastern region of Nigeria, which is called the Biafra land. They are using them as a weapon to disorganize communities and displace communities. Go to Imo State, a typical example. Go to some part in Anambra State, a typical example. You will see it there. They have burnt people's houses. Blanket approach they use to combat the so-called crime, when they are the crime themselves. These people are crime themselves. People who collect bribes with POS. People who collect bribe with POS, speed point. They collect bribe with it in the checkpoint. These are the same people who will come and say that IPOB was enforcing sit at home, and enforcing sit at home, they destroy lives and properties of people. Where did it happen? What evidence do you have to link all this, your criminal act, with IPOB? What evidence do you have? Anybody that is made a military officer, they want to be famous with IPOB. That's what they do. Because they cannot even be, no one knows them. No one knows their activities. No one knows them. That is the reason why they have to shine with IPOB's name. IPOB will now become their topic. IPOB will now become the crime they are looking for. You will never hear them call Boko Haram. You will never hear them tag any crime against Boko Haram. You will never hear this Nigerian military tag crime anyhow against Boko Haram. But Boko Haram is even killing them. They just killed how many of them? Few weeks ago. They killed how many of them? Shot down a plane, a chopper. They don't do anything. It is only when these evil people comes down in Biafra land, military will be deployed immediately. They will start bombarding people's houses from air. They are bombarding communities from air. These communities is not. It is a communities that people are living. They will start bombarding the community in the name that they are looking for criminals. In the name that they are looking for criminals, bombarding communities. That is what they do. Why are they bombarding communities? Because Biafra land is a place Britain and Fulani has mapped out for extermination. Random extermination of people. That's what they are doing in Biafra land. They don't care whether children are around. They will do air bombardment in a community. Who does that? This is not a community where terrorist is. This is a community where the ordinary criminals are. Where they will go on their, go down and look for these criminals, bring them out, and go and take them to justice. To get justice for the, for the victim of these criminalities. But Nigerian military does not do that. Rather, Nigerian military will go out there, to go and, look for innocent people to kill. To go out there to look for innocent people to actually displace from their, make them homeless by setting their homes ablaze. That is where Nigerian military, is strong. And they will now start pushing a propaganda because they have access to media. It has always been the case. Are you surprised? No, you cannot be surprised because Mazen Nnamdi Kanu's case is supposed to be tomorrow, right? So you cannot be surprised. Mazen Nnamdi Kanu's case is supposed to be tomorrow. So all these things they are presenting, we have told you in advance, so you will not be surprised. With what they are doing right now, because we told you from the beginning that this is what they do. Each time Mazen Nnamdi Kanu's case is fast approaching, they will start, that's what you saw criminals telling you they are unveiling Biafra army in exile. Or Biafra, what did they call it? Biafra Liberation Army in exile. They were unveiling Biafra army. That is the plan. So that they will couple it with the rubbish that military will come, and military is now, playing agent for Nigeria government. Instead of going to save the Nigeria from terrorists, Boko Haram and ISIS in West Africa, and Fulani herdsmen. Instead of the military to go and save Nigeria, they are now doing media propaganda. All because of one man. Mazen Nnamdi Kanu. But you will have no choice because you will not. You say that Buhari said that the case is in the court. You have no choice. The court is going to come up and the court need to do the needful. So now where is the court? When is the court date? Nobody knows because tomorrow is supposed to be the court date. But they claim that it is a date that they have. What do they call it that they have? They have a vacation. What type of vacation is that they have? A court to put a court date the day of their vacation. It is laughable. This is the joke you see in a country that has failed. This is the joke you see in a nation that is a failed state. That is the type of joke you see them playing. Where a judge does not know the calendar of the court. A judge, which is, of course, these are specially, judge, that was brought to handle Mazen Nnamdi Kanu. Special judge. Special judges on a special assignment that they do not know the calendar of court. These are incompetent judges. Who knows where they pick them up from, gave them judges. Because if they are real competent judges, they're supposed to know the calendar of the court. So from that, you will know how incompetent they are. Bogus they are. Now, on that note, they came to say that it is IPOB enforcing sit at home. When since 2021 we have distanced ourselves from this sit at home shenanigan and its enforcement. We distanced ourselves, we did everything now, and that is now what actually, take it round to the activities of this Ekberima in Finland. The activities of Ekberima in Finland and Aloy Ejimakor. Because if you look at the activities of Aloy Ejimakor, what Aloy Ejimakor did to Mazen Nnamdi Kanu, you will understand the true reason why each and every time I tell you that there is a Western agenda behind the ordeal and the activities of this autopilot. Because this guy called Aloy Ejimakor is a very, very, he's a very, very bad guy. He's a bad guy. He's not a good guy. Anything he will do he can do anything because of money, and which is very bad. But evil that men do will always dwell with them. Aloy Ejimakor, Mazen Nnamdi Kanu told him long time ago to distance the activities of this criminal from Mazen Nnamdi Kanu. Aloy Ejimakor did everything he did. Aloy Ejimakor did everything he did to make sure he continuously linked Mazen Nnamdi Kanu with the activities of this criminal in Finland. That is what Aloy Ejimakor was able to achieve for the past 2 years. And I will remind you the one that he did that is worse. The one that he did that is worse. There is something else that I need from here. There is something else I forgot to, come up with. Let me look for that. Let me look for that while we are at it. Let me look for that. Because I want to show you exactly what Aloy Ejimakor represents. He is the reason why Mazen Nnamdi Kanu is still in the DSS dungeon. He is the reason why. And their main, weapon or their main boot on the ground becomes Ekpa in Finland. That Aloy Ejimakor has been working double agent. He's been a double agent. Likewise, how the criminal in Finland came in. Aloy Ejimakor was used to try to perfect their work. But he failed. He failed woefully. And he will be shamed for that move he made against Mazen Nnamdi Kanu. That is the reason why Nigeria military, who does not know where they're supposed to be, who does not know what they're supposed to do, coming to say IPOB in August commenced, or they say Chief Lieutenant Labaja, he said that the sit-at-home order enforced by the indigenous people of Biafra across the southeast state has ended. The sit-at-home, they say they ended it. They ended. Which sit-at-home did IPOB enforced? Because IPOB is called a criminal today because IPOB stopped the sit-at-home. IPOB stopped the sit-at-home. If the sit-at-home, IPOB stopped the sit-at-home in August. And that is the reason why some of Biafra people saw IPOB leadership that they have sold out. Because IPOB saw what the sit-at-home is going to be like. Mazen Nnamdi Kanu understood the propaganda of Nigeria and their armed forces. He stopped that sit-at-home. The whole world will bear us witness. One thing that these people does not understand is what happens in the media will always be in the media. It does not go away. Anything you share in the media will always be in the media. That is one thing they don't understand. But we are here to now remind them that thing that they don't understand. Because they want to look for an easy way to justify the incompetency of a judge from, Supreme Court or Appeal Court. They want to look for easy way to justify their incompetency. Like I told you, they want to use Mazen Nnamdi Kanu's case as a political joker. They know. They are using, his life as a political joker. But we are going to expose all of them and their activities. The order impacted the economy in the region and resulted in the loss of lives and properties of residents. They say that the sit at home, which has been enforced by their agent that was actually given power by Aloy Ejimakor, is the one who has been enforcing this sit at home in order to blame it on IPOB. So that whenever court case of Mazen Nnamdi Kanu is coming up, they will come and tell you they have stopped sit at home. That the sit at home IPOB did, it caused the life of people and properties. What caused the life of people and properties in Biafra land is Nigerian military going to go and kill innocent people in the name that they are killing Biafrans. That's what Nigerian military has been doing. In the name that they are killing Biafrans. Including Asare Dokubo. Asare Dokubo have access into Biafra land to go and kill innocent people in the name they are killing IPOB. Now, that is the reason why you see military. They will never come out to tell you what exactly is going on. When autopilot commit crime, they say it's IPOB. When a Berima commit crime, they tell you it's Mazen Nnamdi Kanu. That is in a solitary confinement too. When autopilot tell you they have unveiled, criminals in the name of Biafra Army in exile, the Nigeria Army and police will come and tell you it is IPOB ESN. Because they mentioned ESN here. They mentioned ESN here. Why? Because they are committing crime. Because they are committing crime. That is the reason why they are mentioning Eastern Security Network here. Because they are committing crime. Now, before, let me do this. Let me do this. Let me, let us connect to some other platforms. So, before Nigeria government, new government will start, devising a plan to, fight IPOB. We have, just like I have said before, IPOB, we are here to restore Biafra. We are here to restore Biafra. We are not here to, fight, a fight that does not make any sense. We are on the move for a peaceful, mean possible to get our independence, to get our freedom. The fight that you are bringing into Biafra land and the killing that you are doing in Biafra land, at the end of the day, you will meet, people that are like you people who are killing innocent people in Biafra land. You will meet people like them. They kill you people. The same way you are killing people in Biafra land. Just like, they killed many soldiers in Niger State. It is part of it. You will be killing people in Biafra land. Your loved ones will be dying. That is the way it is. One day you will meet your Waterloo, because no one owns monopoly of violence. But we are telling you, the day IPOB will go violent. The day IPOB will go violent. Because you people are the ones now doing the violence, believing that you own monopoly of violence. And now you are tagging activities of IPOB criminal, even when we are innocent. Because you created a criminal syndicate. They are using them to, destroy the name of IPOB. Factionalism. You people are using the tactics of factionalism, which is, exactly what Jagaban is very good at. Creating a faction to destroy a good organization. And that faction is not going to thrive. It will not stand the test of time, because we have defeated them. We have sent them into the bottomless pit. The activities and the Vanguard newspaper writing rubbish. Vanguard newspaper writing rubbish from a liar. Because if you are a newspaper, you're supposed to be investigative. Not what incompetent military who call himself lieutenant told you, that you roll with, you write in your newspaper. It destroys and kills your reputation, because that is the reason why we say you are never ever objective in your reportage. That is exactly what we have seen. You are not objective. They are telling you rubbish when you know the truth. This truth is in a public domain. You don't even need to go and start investigating before you know what truth is. But you write junk given to you by an incompetent lieutenant who does not know his left from his right. They should go and kill terrorists that is killing people in the north, only to come and report lies in the newspapers and national TV. You people are actually, making your people. You guys are actually destroying yourselves, thinking that you are doing against IPOB. Reputation of Nigeria, that is what you people are destroying by yourselves. Newspapers, TV stations. You are selling propaganda. You should go and ask all these big TV stations how to sell propaganda professionally. If you want to know how to sell propaganda professionally, go and ask all these big international TV stations how to sell propaganda. European TV station. Ask them how to sell propaganda. They will tell you, you sell it professionally, it will look like the truth. You people are too amateur. And you people are actually, you don't even know how to present your lies so that it will look at least professional. Because professional lies at least is bearable than, stupid lies. Now, let us continue to read, or let us finalize the reading. Law-abiding citizens of the region now go about their businesses and every life similar and everyday life. Now look at it. Law-abiding citizens go about their businesses and everyday life. This is to show you that there is a serious connection between what this autopilot and their crime minister in exile they do. There is a serious connection between this pair. Nigeria law enforcement, Nigeria government or politicians. There is serious connection, because now, what is that connection? That connection is that Mazen Nnamdi Kanu, remember that all these years, all this while that Mazen Nnamdi Kanu has been given Ejimakor assignment to go and make sure that him that is promoting these people end the sit at home. Ejimakor was flouting that order. Ejimakor was flouting the order that Mazen Nnamdi Kanu gave him all these years. That is the reason why you saw Ejimakor when he finally reluctantly announced that end of sit at home, that the writings came from Onyendu, you saw how disappointed he was. Now, that's to show you that the activities of destroying the name of IPOB put money in the pocket of Ejimakor and Ekperima. Are you paying attention? Now, these people, they have a connection to what they are working for. Because everything, the way we tell you, it is the way it is happening. We told you that whenever the court of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu is coming up, they will come and tell you, start selling propaganda that doesn't exist. You know? Now, Mazi Nnamdi Kanu canceled the sit at home. This military that cannot even, contain Fulani herdsmen is coming to tell you they have ended sit at home. For you to see how moronic they are. Mazi Nnamdi Kanu wrote a letter to say that there must be an end of sit at home. Because when they bring it to, through the, verbal mean, the Ejimakor will go from the back and say it is a lie. When Ejiofor come and announce it, Ejimakor will go from the back and be saying it is a lie. That is what Ejimakor has been doing. And that is been the reason why they always link these things to IPOB. And that is the reason why Mazi Nnamdi Kanu have to write it by himself. Force him now, he had no choice than to go and deliver that letter. Do you think it is a coincidence after Ejiofor came to tell you the people that Mazi Nnamdi Kanu told to go and file a suit against this person in Finland that they flouted the order? You think it's a coincidence after a few days the letter surfaced? Letter surfaced because they believe they have shut Ejiofor up not to speak. Because at some point Ejiofor even got frustrated. He didn't want to get involved in the message delivering anymore. Because when he deliver, Ejimakor will come and deliver something different. That has been what is going on. Ejimakor and some family members projecting all manner of rubbish. So when he said that, it is like a wake-up call. No, we did not shut this man down. Because they thought they shut him out. They thought they would actually humiliate him in order for him to cease coming out in the social media. That was the plan. And that is the reason why they started firing at Ejiofor. Without you knowing that Okamusu na ataga afugono we Ejimakor. Without knowing that Okamusu na ataga na afugono was Ejimakor. That is the reason why all these efulefu will come and tag rubbish in the name of IPOB. Have you ever asked yourself? Let me start now telling you the real thing. Have you ever asked yourself how Simon Ekpa escaped that, police case he had in Finland? Did you ever ask yourself how he escaped the police case he had in Finland? Why do you think that case just disappeared? Do you know why? Let me tell you. Let me tell you why. Because I received the reports. Let me tell you why. Oh. Mazi Nnamdi Kanu don't suffer in the hands of evil people who call themselves friend, family, lawyers. Mazi Nnamdi Kanu have suffered in the hands of these evil people. Oh, God have mercy. Let me just read it out. Just one moment. Where is the PDF? Where is it? Where is it? All right. Let me read this. Pay attention. The outcome of Simon Ekpa's case in Finland. How that case went cold. And after how that case went cold, there was an interview. There was an interview. And let me also try, before I continue, let me try to get that interview. Let me try to get that interview. The interview that took place that moment after the police case. Let me get that interview. Just one moment. Let me. Yeah, got it. Now, let me bring the video of that interview. Let me play the interview. I don't know if I should bring it. Let me play the interview. Let me show you the interview so that you will know exactly what I'm talking about. So that when I read this, you will understand. You will understand where we're going. Is the sound okay? Is the sounds? Is the code sound okay? Let me desktop. Let me send it to the desktop. All right. Why the video is not in a format? Oh. Okay, let me show you the image of that interview. Maybe I will find a way because it's not in the format where I can play it. Let me show you the image of the interview. The image of that interview you will recall. You will recall the interview while I am trying to convert the audio. This is the image of that interview. This was the interview I am talking about. This interview. Of course, so many of you remember and recognize this interview. That is exactly the one I am talking about. I'm trying to, extract the video, to get that video from this interview. That is the picture of that interview. In short, so that interview is so this is the image of the interview. I don't know why I cannot. The video does not want to play. I am not sure why the video does not want to play. So, but however it is, you will remember this interview. You will remember this interview. And there is something I want you to recall from this interview. Let me try to bring it to the phone. I really want to play this interview because there is very, very important information I want you to get out of this interview. Wait, that was more like interrogation. That was not really an interview. That was more like interrogation. What you saw there, it was more like interrogation. And that interrogation was to, yeah, I think I got it. Now, that is it. Right? That is it. So let us play it.
Much is riding on this election, especially for young people in Nigeria. They're desperate for change, is my view. Why are you so determined to undermine democracy?
I think undermining democracy is not the right word. Rather, promoting democracy. You give the people a choice. And the choice of the Biafra people is a referendum. It is also a democratic process. So that is not undermining a democracy. More accepted democratic process is when you give the people choice to decide their fate.
But they have a choice. This is an election.
I don't know if you are listening or you are hearing what I am playing right now. I don't know if you are hearing it. If you are hearing it, kindly indicate if you are hearing it from your side. Because the reason why I am playing this, there is information I want to extract from this in order to use it to show you now the information that I have collected about the activities of Aloy and Simon. I want to show you.
In Nigeria, Biafran people do not have a choice. And that is a historical problem created by the Britain. So everybody, as you have been a journalist with your experience and the history of Nigeria, you will agree with me that Nigeria is a mistake because of the tribal and dangerous diversity in Nigeria, which is also a destructive diversity. So when you give the people the choice to choose how they want to live, that is a true democracy. A democracy is not when you bring in the military and invade communities, burn the communities because people are protesting. You kill them. Is that democracy? Do you do that in the United Kingdom? The answer is no.
But what about your role in all this? Your tweets.
My role.
Wait a minute. Your role in all this, your tweets and your social media. Why the need for violence?
It is. Yeah.
At least 1,500 people died in the last 3 presidential election campaigns.
Was it my fault then?
And there have been deaths so far in this one too.
That's what we want to correct by making sure we do not continue to validate an evil entity that subjects their citizens to death. So the only solution to this is to disintegrate this evil entity and allow people to make their choice so that they can develop and, practice politics in the best way possible, just like the Europeans here.
So are you justifying the violence that comes from the kind of stuff that you...
It is not, the violence is not about what I do. It is the provocation of the policy of Nigeria, okay? So it is a long time bomb coming. So what you see happening now, Nigeria have a history of violence from the beginning of Nigeria. After independence, every election in Nigeria has witnessed violence. So it is not about me. I am here as a good guy to put an end, to have a lasting solution to the violence that have caused the life of thousands of Nigerians.
But do you not accept that some of the things that you say has engendered this kind of...
From your own perspective, you can translate it and interpret it however you want. But from my own perspective, I think I am the good guy trying to teach the people that they have a right.
So there's no blood on your hands?
There is no blood on my hand. There are more blood on those supporting the election, supporting this particular coming election. They have more blood in their hand. In Imo State, you have a governor that have invaded his own state, killed people, and why are you people not talking about that? Those are the people that have blood in their hand. All the people that have been elected in Nigeria since 1960 all have had bloods in their hand, and nobody is asking the question. I am just the good guy who say enough is enough. Somebody have to say something, and somebody have to do something, and we're doing it.
But couldn't you make more progress if you were in the tent, as it were, rather than out of the tent?
You can't.
In another country.
Sorry?
You're in Finland.
Yes.
So wouldn't it be better if you went back home and did the political thing there?
You should. No. You see, I learn from what happened to others. I don't want to put my life in danger because the country, as far as I'm concerned, does not exist. Any country that does not respect the rule of law does not exist.
You're scared you might be killed?
Not everybody. You know that. You can say that as well. Yes.
There's a bounty on
because yes, there's a bounty on my head because Nigeria, because of the Islamic agenda in Nigeria, whoever that rises up to say something that will, make the life of the people to be better, they want to kill the person. They assassinate people every day. And today you see that there is a video that has been released by a man called Ikenga Imo when an assassin invaded his house and they wanted to kill him. They are police officers, but if there is no CCTV, they will say unknown gunmen. These are the people that are causing all this crisis in Biafra land. But without that video, everybody has concluded that they are unknown gunmen. Today we have known them. What are the government doing about it? What are the international community doing about it? Every evidences that have surfaced anywhere about CCTV camera, it has always been security agent from the Nigeria state. Nobody is talking about that. That is what we are fighting against. We are defending ourselves, and we have armed ourselves to fight Nigeria till the last day. We have done it before. The only difference now is that today we have social media. If social media was there in the 1960s, somebody will do what I'm doing today. In those days, you have a man called Okokondem was broadcasting for Radio Biafra and was propagating Biafra stuff, but because there were no social media, so he would have done even more than I'm doing today, I believe so. So this is what will make a difference. And my activities on social media is educating the people, telling them they are right, that you have a right to say no, and you have the right to say yes.
Who's funding you and your organisation?
Biafra people are funding my organisation.
Not the Tinubu party?
I have nothing to do with Tinubu. And you know, it's very funny. A lot of people said Tinubu paid me 25 million. How is that possible? How is it possible?
You're denying he
I don't know who is Tinubu. I have never communicated with anybody close to him. Just like the way they forged the letter. The reason why this letter issue, Nigeria is a criminal country. They breed criminals. And that's what we're fighting against. You know, the reason why the letter on gets sorted out easily and fast was because it was against Finland. And Finland have to officially react to the letter. And the letter went viral. There are so many lies against me out there on social media. Nobody could come and say it is not true. Okay? So that is, and those lies, when they continue to say it and maintain it, it becomes truth when nobody debunk it.
You talk about criminals. Do you think the candidates for the presidency are criminals?
They are all criminals, yes. All of them.
Even Peter Obi?
Peter Obi is a criminal.
But he's a southerner, isn't he?
He doesn't, I am not a tribal, listen, I'm not a tribalist. I'm not a tribalist. And that is what makes us different. We want, if I'm criticizing you, I criticize you with fact and figures. I'm going to tell you how all of them are. Do I explain? One, starting from Atiku. Atiku was indicted in the United States for money laundering. About Nigeria is what favors my people. I don't want we want a Biafra where everything favors everybody. But when you have Nigeria, it is either Fulani. Now we don't even have Hausa anymore because Fulani have overshadowed them. So it is either you are fighting for Northerner as a Fulani Muslim, or you are fighting for Yorubas, or you are fighting for Igbo people. So how can you continue in that kind of system? This is why we must, make sure that we do not validate Nigeria again. So.
Could you say that?
Yeah. Nani? Yeah, cool. Yeah, it's a meter. Yeah. Sorry, that's my security. Yeah.
Right. What's your relationship with Mr. Kanu at the moment?
Yes. Kanu is the leader of indigenous people of Biafra, and I regard him.
What is your relationship with Kanu, the leader of indigenous people of Biafra? That's where I want you to pay attention to. Pay very good attention to that part. What's your relationship with Kanu? And you will hear him say, he will ask him again, how do you communicate with Kanu? Listen to what he has to say so that you will understand where I am heading to. Pay attention. I'm putting it backward a bit so that you will understand it.
That's my security, yeah.
Right. What's your relationship with Mr. Kanu at the moment?
Kanu is the leader of indigenous people of Biafra, and I regard him as my leader.
Do you talk? Do you have contact with him?
Well, we communicate.
Okay.
Somehow, but that's a confidential issue.
Well, we communicate somehow, but that is a confidential issue. That is the part I was looking for. even though I don't have a choice than allow it to roll so that I get to this part. This part is now the part you will use to understand what quashed that case in Finland, how it got, quashed. Now, and you will understand how important it is to cut off some individuals who are using the ordeal of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu to cash out in the name of special counsel. Now, I want to tell you exactly the reason why Aloy Ejimakor is calling himself a special counsel. A special counsel of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. It is because of things like this. Remember, let me read this thing for you before we come back to this. Then I will give you other precept of it. Now, you say that the outcome of Simon Ekpa's case in Finland, how he did manage to escape and silence the case to an extent of becoming more radicalized after the case. What motivated the going cold of the case? All points at Aloy Ejimakor saving the day through making a provision of a bogus consent given by Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. This special was written with an inverted comma, which allows Ekpa to use the name of the organization to raise funds and engage in his conquest mission in Biafra land. Aloy Ejimakor's betrayal. This was actually written in a Finnish language, which I have to translate it for you. Now, I want you to understand something. Aloy Ejimakor, the time that on the 24th of February 2023, 24th of February 2023 was the day Aloy Ejimakor used the name of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu to commit lies. And that is the reason why when you see everything that the Nigeria government, Nigeria judiciary and their law enforcement will do, they will link everything that is coming from this guy called Simon with IPOB and Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. You will be wondering if these people are really okay or are they sick that they cannot differentiate the difference between IPOB and Autopilot. Because Autopilot is a different organization that has nothing to do with IPOB, but using the name of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu and IPOB to gain momentum on the social media. Now, look at it. Aloy Ejimakor decided that he will send, he called Simon on the 24th of February. Go and ask him. If he said they did not have a phone conversation on the 24th of February, go and ask him. And those information, some information are not going to be disclosed. Mazi Nnamdi Kanu is going to see it himself. Now, he put call through to Simon on the 24th of February 2019. That was the day there was this issue. And that was Aloy Ejimakor who linked Mazi Nnamdi Kanu's activities. Because Europeans understand that what Mazi Nnamdi Kanu is doing is clean. They know that what Mazi Nnamdi Kanu is doing is clean. So, the link, what brought about this linking of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu with Simon Ekpa was Aloy Ejimakor. When he goes to Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, he fish out information. If you understand, after the month of, after March, after February, and in March, Aloy Ejimakor started writing now reports. Aloy Ejimakor was never writing a report from, the visit of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. Aloy Ejimakor was never writing report because Mazen Nnamdi Kanu never reported anything through him to give to IPOB, because Mazen Nnamdi Kanu knows IPOB lawyer. Aloy Ejimakor started writing report. Mazen Nnamdi Kanu, after the visit of Mazen Nnamdi Kanu today, this is what we have come to. Special counsel confirmed that special counsel gave a bogus and a malicious consent to the Finland to say that Simon is working under IPOB. Special counsel. All because of money he is receiving from the autopilot criminal syndicates. That is the reason why special counsel went to agree that Simon. That was the reason why he has been reluctant to deliver messages given to him by Mazen Nnamdi Kanu to deliver to the Biafra people, to deliver to this his autopilot that he is doing, giving every secret, going to ask Mazen Nnamdi Kanu one or two things, come and revealing to autopilot in the name that he is a special counsel. He saves the day. Now, that was what led to this, immediately when he had no choice than to deliver that letter. You remember the letter of Mazen Nnamdi Kanu. He had no choice than to deliver that letter when he saw that there is no more avenue for his lies and manipulation and double agency. He decided now, because Mazen Nnamdi Kanu made sure he delivers that letter so that it will come from him, who has been the Sabu. Now, after delivering the letter, there was now fightings between the pair, Ekperima and Aloy Ejimakor. And now Ekperima realized that Aloy Ejimakor was given an instruction to deliver this letter a very long time ago. And not only to deliver this letter, to file a suit against Simon. Now, after that, listen to this. When Ekperima thought that Aloy is going to go through that route, and going through that route will now open that case that was dead in Finland. It was now going to recall that case that was dead in Finland through a bogus, letter or memo evidence that was given to Finland authority about that Simon is under IPOB, is a member of IPOB, is working for IPOB, is working under Mazen Nnamdi Kanu. Because remember the Finland investigative journalist went to Biafra land to extract information. They lied to say that the IPOBs that are saying that he is not member of IPOB, that they are the criminals who betrayed Mazen Nnamdi Kanu. And after that, saying that they are peddling lies against him because they are jealous. That's what actually nullified that case. Then, when somebody was thinking that Ejimakor or any other person will go and open a case or file a lawsuit against his activities in Finland, that is the reason why he mellowed down. That is the reason why he had to now call off for this. He had to stop enforcing this stupid sit at home. He now tried to bring a new style. He stopped, that's why he mellowed down on this, senseless sit at home he is calling, to use it, to conquer Biafra land. Because the plan is all about conquering Biafra land. When he noticed that a lawsuit might come to Finland, because, people, I know that the IPOB DOS does not have time to deal with this guy, because the only way to deal with this type of people is through litigation. I know that the day they will decide that they want to go through a litigation process, you will find out that this guy will surrender. But I believe that they are busy doing what they need to do. They don't have time for these fools. All we are doing is to make sure that the shadow of these evil people does not add to the pain of Mazen Nnamdi Kanu, an innocent man. That's when he decided to say, because he understands that litigation will open the can of worm and open this, where Aloy Ejimakor is standing before Mazen Nnamdi Kanu. Special counsel. That's what he used to deceive all of them. Special counsel. Now listen, that's when Ekpa in Finland came out to say, I urge those who want to sue Simon Ekpa to hire lawyers from Finland and not Sweden. I hope you will remember these things that I'm reading. I am not resident in Sweden, but before you do that, make sure the lawyer is aware of the following. Listen attentively. Number one, that Mazen Nnamdi Kanu, through Caroline Okolafor's mother, Adamma Brown, administered me oath of allegiance, supervised by Mazen Nnamdi Kanu himself. Number two, before I accepted to take oath, he convinced me that should in case anything happened to him, I am his replacement. Number three, that before I took the oath, he mandated me to take over the struggle if anything happened to him, including using his name, a promise he fulfilled immediately he was kidnapped from Kenya by mandating me to take over the struggle from the DSS dungeon. Number four, that during this oath of allegiance, the illegitimate son called Canon Takano and other siblings was not part of this agreement, neither does the defunct and expelled criminals in their autopilot, you say DOS, part of it. That by virtue of the above and many more yet to be made public, in fulfilling my own part of the agreement, I will continue to use Mazen Nnamdi Kanu's name, picture, anyhow I want until he is released. Number 6, that it is only me and myself that can decide to stop using it when I want. Number 7, so when hiring the lawyer, make sure he or she is aware of this above fact before if he or she loses the case, which is very certain, I will demand damages and compensation, including paying my own legal fee. And knowing that those sending you are Nigeria government, I will instruct my lawyer to make a legal fees of 100,000 euros and above. This is my field. I am well grounded. Don't start a war you cannot finish. After this, I will now put you where you belong. Now, this is how he actually tried to be proactive. Trying to be proactive to legitimize that, that which the special counsel, proved for him. That which special counsel proved for him. That is what he tried to legitimize in advance. Because if anything has to, has to come up about the issue of Mazen Nnamdi Kanu and the relationship between this Mazen Nnamdi Kanu and Simon Ekpa, and they go to court and they find out that all the things they said during that time, they investigated him through the legal, because they used Aloy Ejimakor as a person who sees Mazen Nnamdi Kanu on a daily basis to prove that no, this is the person, we are in this together. I am allowed to use his name. I am allowed to raise fund with his name. I am allowed to raise fund with the organization. So therefore, the court has to, they have to throw these things, aside. But the case is not closed. But it went cold because of these things that was extracted from Aloy. Because of Aloy's activity. Now, not only Aloy's activity. Now, you will now understand the reason why Aloy started from from that moment. Started writing after visit from Onyendu. After visit from Onyendu, he will say ESQ Aloy. Now, that was actually to prove, when he is writing it, they are sharing it. They are sharing it to actually to make it look like what they were, what Aloy claimed that he stand for in the life of Mazen Nnamdi Kanu was true. But we are going to make sure we make them to understand that Aloy has been a double agent. They understand the activities of a double agent. That has been Aloy Ejimakor. So, that thing Aloy did, that is the reason why it did not take him a minute when he was getting interview from the Nigeria TV. He came to say that the followers of Mazen Nnamdi Kanu is the followers of Simon Ekpa. That is the reason why he said such. And have you wondered the reason why Simon never go out, all out to attack Aloy? But they attacked each other strategically because they know there are things that if they start echoing it to the public, two of them will have problems. Naturally, they will have problem in their various destinations. That is exactly the reason why they attacked each other, strategically. And it went cold. We know. That is Aloy Ejimakor for you. He used the name of Mazen Nnamdi Kanu to lie. Consented what protected Ekperima. Now, you ask yourself, why is it that immediately after sending the letter, Aloy Ejimakor is no longer writing article after visit to Onyendu? We have finalized the visit of Onyendu. Have you asked yourself, why is he no longer finalizing visit with Onyendu? Because it was for that moment of their shenanigan and lies, deceiving Mazen Nnamdi Kanu in order to extract money from Ekperima. Deceiving Mazen Nnamdi Kanu, Aloy should stop. If he is still visiting Mazen Nnamdi Kanu, he should stop. Aloy has been that Western agenda we were talking about. He has been the one that has been pushing it. He has been the agent that is being used. He was so active on the social media, writing, tweeting, Mazen Nnamdi Kanu this, Mazen Nnamdi Kanu that. Immediately Mazen Nnamdi Kanu blocked where he is eating from. He is no longer tweeting about Mazen Nnamdi Kanu. Are you understanding something? Are you paying attention? That is following, it the way it is. If you know, you know. If you hear me, you know. That has been the activities of Aloy Ejimakor. And that has been the reason why they are pulling Mazen Nnamdi Kanu from pillar to post. Because, special counsel has been a double agent. Special counsel has been a double agent, because the reason why he told you he swore an allegiance, oath of allegiance, and that he will take over the Mazen Nnamdi Kanu when anything happened to Mazen Nnamdi Kanu, it was all about special counsel. You know, in case if special counsel will support a litigation against him. That is a proactive in order to protect and intimidate whoever that want to lay, you know, not actually that want to, you know, set up litigants against this crime minister. Because using the name of somebody to raise fund forcefully, you know, falsely, is a crime. Using the name of organization to raise fund, organization where you are not part of, it is a crime, and it is not police that will determine it. It is only a person who is serious and by a good lawyer that will determine it, because it is actually a theft, or will I say it is a fraud, or will I, it is either, you know, a theft under false pretense. It doesn't have that. It is not a case that you will pursue without a lawyer. So that is a case you have to pursue with a good lawyer. Then that's when you will get that person, you know, on the other side of the law. Now, because it is a case that there must be investigation from both sides. So now he knew and he understood what transpired during the time of his summon for interrogation. He understood what happened that time. That's why he was proactive to write what I just read for you right now. I was Aloy Ejimakor who saved the day. Aloy Ejimakor has been the guy. Has been the guy beating you and telling you sorry. Beating you and telling you sorry. All because of money. Poverty institution in Nigeria. Poverty institution. A man who read law in the United States, where he will be paid in dollars because of this misrepresentation, sent him back to Nigeria, because Nigeria is a dumping ground where anybody will just go and do what they want, because it is a British enclave controlled by Britain on autopilot. That's why he was able to go into Nigeria to practice his bogus representation now, which is misrepresentation. That is exactly what he does. That is the story of Aloy Ejimakor. That's why you're not seeing him telling you now what happened to after the visit to Onyendu. After the visit to Onyendu, he has been the one. He has been the one. Why do you think nobody is enforcing sit at home again? And that is exactly when Mazen Nnamdi Kanu noticed his problem. He solved it immediately. And after solving it, no one is coming down to tell you, enforce it at home, enforce it at home, enforce it at home. They know the reason why. They knew. But even though they told you they cannot listen to Mazen Nnamdi Kanu, they will never listen to anybody in the DSS dungeon. Why did they listen when it comes to sit at home? And that's what propelled this military, incompetent military to come and tell you, we have ended sit at home in Biafra land. Because Mazen Nnamdi Kanu, who ended this sit at home immediately when IPOB started it, because he knows the crime that will be committed with it. He didn't know that his special counsel was the double man who is playing double role, betrayal. He didn't know it was the man who has been sabotaging him, whom has been collecting money on his behalf, whom has been doing all sort of evil against him. That is the reason why you saw this Nigeria government playing game of chase, playing games with the life and the detention of Mazen Nnamdi Kanu. That has been the reason. They are, they took advantage. They took advantage of that to detain an innocent man while people are busy exploiting and gaining from the detention of Mazen Nnamdi Kanu. Aloy happens to be one of them. He happened to be one of them. Why? Why? No wonder he called himself a special counsel. A special counsel. You don't know the meaning of that. You have no idea of the meaning of that. He betrayed Mazen Nnamdi Kanu to the biggest time on the 24th of February, 2023. He betrayed Mazen Nnamdi Kanu big time. He actually literally tagged Mazen Nnamdi Kanu with the activities of all these criminals on the ground. With the activities of all these criminals on the ground. Terrorizing Biafra land. Aloy Ejimakor, you must confess your sins before Mazen Nnamdi Kanu will come out. Because Mazen Nnamdi Kanu is coming out and there is nothing any of you criminals are going to do about it anymore. He is coming out. He is coming out because we have found out the real, enemy. We have discovered the real criminal. That is the reason why there is nothing you will do about his coming out that will work anymore. We have discovered them. That is Aloy Ejimakor. That was Aloy Ejimakor. If the two of them will come up to tell you to start exposing each other on their activities, they know, even a crime minister know that there is no more, there is no more manipulation. So he has to be cautious. There is no more manipulation. There is no more manipulation. You understand that after that, he stopped using the name of Mazen Nnamdi Kanu and IPOB because even Ejimakor told him to mellow down from doing so. Ejimakor told him to mellow down from doing so that everything will be, so that every place will be calm. And when, I know how to, get him, at his best. You see it, Berima? I know how to get him at his best. When I actually want to talk about him, he stresses a lot. And, the reason why I am not talking about him because most of the time, all his shenanigans, if I talk about it, I will be promoting him. Even though a kind of his shenanigan of establishing sit at home, I see it to be promoting his criminality in Biafra land, because it is all about we getting it to the people, just as we are actually conscientizing the people. So that is the reason why I have tried to cut it off, to stop talking about his criminal activities. But I believe that this one, I must talk about it immediately when I receive this, findings and information. I had to talk about it because it is very, very important. In case if Ejimakor is still visiting Onyendu, so that something must be done about it. Collecting money. Onyendu is inside. Why do you think that anybody that is benefiting from Onyendu being inside, what they have never benefited before, why do you think they will ever want the release of that man? When they go at the back, incriminating the Onyendu himself, in the name of special counsel. Why do you think they will want him out? No wonder they gave him Omahia so quickly. Within 2 minutes, they have given him Omahia, knowing that it will serve no purpose. Because you can understand the irony of it. The Western agenda. Ejimakor has been the tools all along. He has been the link all along. The link has been special counsel all along. Very, very bad. Very, very sad indeed. Very, very sad. If our people will stop, if our people will stop, selling each other out, if our people will stop playing double agent role, we will be free very quickly as a people. This thing, they use our people to sabotage what we do one way or the other, direct and indirect. That has been the setback that we have as a people. The day we are going to, be free from this self-sabotage, we will actually go far as a people. But as long as we are not, as long as there are still people who are out there, when you are trying to do something, they are sabotaging you. When you are trying to do something, they make sure one way or the other they are cashing in for what is going to benefit them, their children. But they believe that that money they are cashing in is the most important at that moment. People who are benefiting something in the solitary confinement of Mazen Nnamdi Kanu, people who are benefiting something from the incarceration of Mazen Nnamdi Kanu, how do you think such people will ever do anything positive to get Mazen Nnamdi Kanu out? People who are actually so broke during lockdown, people who are actually so broke. Mazen Nnamdi Kanu got inside. They took advantage of that immediately because he started giving them money, and you believe they will somehow become good people. Evil people will somehow become good and say, call for the release of Mazen Nnamdi Kanu. You are delusional. You are delusional. That is the reason why they are trying to bring, they say, Liberation Army. Liberation Army, Mother 13. The same thing the DSS did in the past. Is that not an insult? It is an insult to millions of Biafrans who are willing, who has been, who were willing to join the Liberation Army of Mazen Nnamdi Kanu if he want to, unveil them. It is an insult. We have more than 65 million Biafra, but their Liberation Army is 13 people. And somebody will come and tell you that Mazen Nnamdi Kanu have never created any, security force or army that is armed to their tooth. Dude, you look at those illiterates, those, uninformed illiterates, because they were dressing like terrorists. It makes them happy. They tell you, do you know what it means? Army need number, not weapon. Not this few weapon that has no reserve. The number of their army has no reserve. The number of their weapon has no reserve. They are using it to attract a war into Biafra land that they cannot stand, constituting nuisance. So that when Nigeria government look at it, if it is the time people like the double agent Ejimakor is still there, they will use it and they will tag it on Mazen Nnamdi Kanu and use it to boycott the court. Use it to boycott the court proceeding. And when they go out there, they will tell United Nations, this is what is going on. The IPOB and the autopilot, they are just the same people. They are playing games. Look at the report we received from Finland. They are the same people. They are playing games with each other. That is what Nigeria government has been doing against Mazen Nnamdi Kanu. Like seriously? Autopilot, IPOB, the same. They are, you are delusional. You are delusional. If not the emergence of autopilot, Mazen Nnamdi Kanu was supposed to be with us a long time ago. Believe you me. But the emergence of autopilot, they kept doing what they are doing. Tell them to, they kept doing what they are doing just for the sake of making sure Mazen Nnamdi Kanu stay there. Somebody is cashing in. Somebody will be cashing in with the ordeal of Mazen Nnamdi Kanu. Both of them. They should change their evil way while they can. Like I said, some evidence will be left for Mazen Nnamdi Kanu to see and address it. To see and address it. I will not come to it again, or the issue of Ejimakor again, until Mazen Nnamdi Kanu is released. So that you will understand the damages Ejimakor have caused this movement. You will understand it. It is no joke. It is no joke. But we are calling on Nigeria judiciary to release the innocent man Mazen Nnamdi Kanu, which you kept in solitary confinement, and people are taking advantage of the man that is uninformed as per what is going on out here. People are taking advantage, manipulating him because he does not know what is going on. But I am so happy that all of you are in remembrance of what Senator Enyinnaya Baribe said when they visited Mazen Nnamdi Kanu. You remember what Soludo said when he visited Mazen Nnamdi Kanu. That is our evidence to show and to nullify every activities of this guy called Aloy Ejimakor and his, rogue colleague, Simon Ekpa. doing their sabotage constructively. That is our evidence. Those people who went to see Mazen Nnamdi Kanu becomes our evidence. I know they won't come out to say otherwise because they know they have seen the truth. They will not, because they have said it in the media already. It is already there. Only if they will go and say it in a secret ballot. That is the one we don't know. But the ones they have said open nullifies the one they will even say in secret. In the seat of, I believe in the House of Representatives, Enyinnaya Baribe said it even in national TV, that he visited Mazen Nnamdi Kanu. He said that the man that is piloting the affairs of IPOB is Mazi Chike Doziem, the head of the directorate. So, what will make you now believe that these games that they've been playing is going to work again? Of course, we know that all this manipulation and this strategy has been all for to kill time, to make sure that they delay and continue detain Mazen Nnamdi Kanu. My time is up. Until we meet again, stay safe. Share the video. Are you watching on YouTube? Click the like button. Don't forget to click the like button and leave your comment on that comment section. Are you watching on Facebook and all these Facebook platforms? Don't forget to share the videos, like the videos, invite others. Are you watching on Twitter? Don't forget to retweet this video so that the world will hear our testimony and our cry and our demand. Above all, the release of Mazen Nnamdi Kanu must be sacrosanct. He has committed no crime. People used his name to commit crime. And those people must be brought to book regardless. And we know it will happen. Stay informed. Bye for now.
That is in circulation. You know that they can't attack ESN. They can't. They have no moral ground. But I'm sure they gave money to some idiots and gave them guns to say they are Biafran army. I don't know if they're up to 6 or 7 of them, which is a lie. It's the DSS creation. So they can have justification to say to Biden or the US ambassador, can you see they now have Biafran army? We can now move in to attack them. Anybody, if you are involved in that video, take a walk. You want to give Fulani Janjaweed the reason to invade our land. That's what you're doing. But we shall get to that later. Anybody involved in the circulation of that video is a gunner. I'm telling you the truth. And those that made it. That's how people behave, because they don't understand the game plan of the Fulani. People are very foolish. Fulani will come to you and want to use you and you succumb because you have greed, envy, and jealousy inside you. Which one again is Biafran army? I'm asking you. From where? How many people? The day I will bring out the Biafran army, we number over 200,000 standing. Reserve is over 1 million. Some bunch of idiots somewhere, because you are serving your Fulani Janjaweed masters. We will get hold of all of you. Check out Uno. We know the bad eggs when we see them. We warned people against voting for Buhari in 2015 when he was still alive. The same Buhari died in 2017. People, all of you know that Buhari is dead. Today he's young, tomorrow he's old. You see his hand is fresh today, tomorrow. Nobody knows who is who anymore. All of you are there, but because it's the turn of your village. Your brother is a senator. Your sister is a House of Reps member. You don't want to lose that money that is coming in every day. You come out on social media